polenta. I don't know how many of you have ever had it, but to make it is really very simple. You just need a good arm. And here we've started with 3 cups of water, 3 cups of milk, and about 3½ cups of organic cornmeal. And you want to stir, stir, stir until that is really thick, just like that. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so to do. And then, for the recipe that we're doing today, the very first one, which is a lasagna, I want to cool this down because I need to cut this polenta. So on a cookie sheet that you've put a little bit of olive oil on, we're going to pour out all of this polenta. So spread it out thinly because you're going to be cutting this up later to use in making layers. And then you want to take a piece of wax paper. I give it a little bit of olive oil right over the paper with a brush. This is just to prevent it from sticking. Put the paper over, and in the refrigerator it goes. I would say about an hour and a half to cool down. And it's going to look just like that. I like a really good filling for this. So I start with dried porcini mushrooms. This is how they come. You buy them in the grocery store. Porcini are a mushroom that Italians love, and they often forage for them themselves. So when you get them home, the dried version that is, you can get the fresh, that's even better, you want to soak them in some water. See? So they look like this. This is going to take about, 20 minutes or so to do. Then you'll strain them off. And you can save that liquid because you can put it in your soups and sauces. That's got good flavor. And now what we want to do is chop those up. So on a cutting board, put those porcini. And they're rather expensive, but you really don't need a lot of them because they're very, very flavorful. So you just need a few. And they dice up very nicely. Now, to go with that, we want some sausage. And we're using pork sausage. So, in this pan, what I've done is brown up some sausage right here. See that? Just browned up some sausage. And then I added the mushrooms. And I put a little bit of this water from the porcini because that's going to give that really nice flavor. Give this a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And you let that go. And after the sausage is browned, you want to add some prepared tomato sauce. You put that in. Doesn't that look good? Stir it around. You let this cook, for about 20 or 25 minutes. And bring over the one that we did earlier. There it is. And let me show you how nice and thick that is. See that? Beautiful. Okay, now we can build that lasagna. So I get out a nice casserole dish, and I told you I'm working with organic cornmeal. This is organic cornmeal. You see it has the bran, the endosperm, and the germ. Now the polenta part. It's a polenta party. So we can get rid of this now. And whatever pan you're using, this has no rhyme or reason to it. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. The cut, I mean. So I'm eyeballing that pan right there, and I'm thinking I can go right in half almost. So I'm going to cut this, and you see how solid it is. So start by putting a layer of the pork in the base. Isn't this beautiful? Your oven's on at 350 degrees. I like to make this actually the day before because then you can cut it neater when you're ready to serve it the next day. And I'm just going to take this, sit it right in there. We take more of this, and now you see why it's beginning to look like a lasagna. And here we've got some Parmigiano Reggiano. Whoop, wait a minute. Here we got some Parmigiano Reggiano, which is cow's milk cheese from the region of Emilia-Romagna. And now I'm going to take the second piece, put it right over the top. And here's a little piece that was left over. I'm going to hang it right there in the back. And finish putting my pork over the top. This is going to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes. Your kitchen is going to smell wonderful. Here's some more Parmigiano over the top. And if you want to, you can add a little bit of butter, little dabs of butter here or there, just to add a little richness. Not that we need it, but this is optional. Okay, butter's on, and in it goes.